I miss my husband thinking of me, doing for me and being my partner. Does this continue to get worse? Will I ever have a chance to have more intimate times with him?
Yeah, so I think like everybody, all these questions are difficult, difficult ones to answer. I think for me, what helped was to just lower my expectations and get out of the mindset of what was, because you're in the process of dealing with the diagnosis and dealing with what your new normal is. So having to just change up your mindset of, is he going to initiate something as simple as sitting on the couch with me? And I had to learn that, and he did vocalize that he wasn't doing it intentionally. I think I felt for the longest time that he was intentionally doing this to hurt my feelings, and learning that it was the disease and him communicating to me that it's just not in the forefront of his mind, that he legitimately forgets to do those things, that it's no longer in the front of his mind anymore. So a lot of times what we have to adjust as a partner and spouse is just saying to our loved ones, come give me a hug and come snuggle with me on the couch, and kind of remind them to do those things. And it does take a little bit to get used to, but again, you just have to get in that mindset that it's not how it used to be anymore. And you just have to be okay with making that initiation in terms of affection and things like that.
Yeah, thank you for that, Melissa. And I know with Mike, I think a lot of times it was like, I would see other couples, right? You see your friends or you see your other, and that was like the hardest thing, because they had this, and let me tell you, it was not perfect behind the closed doors, but for me, it was like, and then Mike was just like, he couldn't, and I had to also try to think, he probably felt that loss too. He may not have been able to articulate that, but we had a great marriage and a young love. I think we probably both missed it. It's just,
it definitely was something that even recently, Michael broke down emotionally because it was painful for him. And he admitted to me that it hurts him knowing that he is hurting me unintentionally. And so I thought that meant a lot to me and really helped me to understand a little bit what he's thinking and feeling as well.
great.
I'd like to say something about this question too.
Yeah.
From a mother-son perspective, you lose the intimacy, that not physical, of course, but the connection with your children too. I, for a long time, thought that David, when he would just walk 40 feet in front of me, was doing it on purpose because he was annoyed with me. Or I realized that he doesn't even realize that he's leaving me behind. He doesn't realize that he's not giving me the hugs. He used to constantly after meals go, that was excellent, or I love that. And he doesn't do that kind of thing. And so I've asked him about it. And he too says, I don't think about it. And so when I want a hug, I go tell him, I need a hug. I want a kiss. You need to stay with me because I need some human contact and that kind of thing. Just make a joke out of it. And then he responds.
Awesome.
So I think that's what's so great about, I'm sorry. It's just, I think that's what's so great about kids is kids don't think to ask for a hug. They just go and do it. Like they just run up and hug. And the person with HD needs that. They need that connection too, even though they can't communicate it. They don't think about it. It's still something that they need to know that they're still a part of stuff. And I think if we were more like that, just willing to go up to somebody, hug instead of waiting for them to ask or anything, it would just make such a huge difference, because I realized that about my kid with my dad, and now with my grandfather with Alzheimer's, they're doing the same thing. And it just made me really think about, oh, I have to do that. I have to be in that same mindset. So it's just really good to hear these stories.
Yeah.